Welcome to ChickenMatterTalks. In today's educational documentary, we will explore the origin and history of the Gull Bloodline chickens, a heritage poultry bloodline known for its balance, structure, and historical significance. This video is created strictly for educational, historical, and cultural documentation purposes only. Our discussion focuses on bloodline development, breeding philosophy, physical traits, and responsible poultry care. No harmful activities are shown, promoted, or encouraged in this content. Whether you are a poultry enthusiast, breeder, researcher, or simply interested in traditional chicken bloodlines, this documentary aims to provide accurate, transparent, and respectful information. What is a poultry bloodline? Before we focus on the Gull bloodline, it is important to understand what a poultry bloodline represents. A bloodline is the result of generational selective breeding, clear breeding goals, careful record keeping, consistency in trait reproduction. A true bloodline produces offspring that show predictable and repeatable traits, not just individual excellence. The Gull bloodline is an example of how disciplined breeding can create a lasting and influential heritage family. The origin of the Gull bloodline. The Gull bloodline originated in the United States, with early development traced to the late 1800s and early 1900s. It is historically associated with breeders who valued structural soundness, balance and symmetry, calm but alert temperament, reliability across generations. The bloodline name Gull is believed to have originated from early breeder identification, rather than color or appearance alone. Foundation stock and early development. Early Gull bloodline chickens were developed from carefully selected foundation stock, chosen not for extreme traits, but for uniformity and stability. Breeders focused on proper body proportion, strong legs and skeletal alignment, clean feathering, healthy reproductive performance. Birds that did not consistently pass on desired traits were excluded from breeding programs. This disciplined selection helped establish the Gull bloodline as a stable and recognizable family. Breeding philosophy behind the Gull bloodline. One defining feature of the Gull bloodline is its conservative and long-term breeding philosophy. Key principles included minimal outcrossing, emphasis on line breeding, selection for balance, not extremes, preservation of temperament and structure. Breeders understood that rushing development often weakens a bloodline. Instead, the Gull line was refined slowly and methodically. This philosophy remains relevant in modern responsible poultry breeding. Physical characteristics of Gull bloodline chickens. Although individual birds vary, Gull bloodline chickens are commonly associated with the following traits: medium station with upright posture, well-balanced body frame, strong, well-spaced legs, smooth and tight feathering, harmonious movement. Color may vary, but experienced breeders emphasize that structure and movement define true Gull bloodline birds. Temperament and behavioral traits. Gull bloodline chickens are often described as alert and observant, calm when properly managed, intelligent and adaptable, predictable in behavior. Temperament consistency was important, as it allowed breeders to manage flocks responsibly and maintain stable breeding programs. Development of subfamilies. Over time, the Gull bloodline developed distinct subfamilies, often influenced by geography and individual breeder preferences. Examples include light-colored gull families, dark-feathered gull families, regionally adapted gull lines. Despite these variations, true gull families maintain core structural and behavioral traits. How the Gull bloodline gained recognition. The Gull bloodline gained recognition through consistent performance and predictability, rather than rapid popularity. Breeders valued gull chickens because they reproduced traits reliably, maintained stability across generations, adapted well to different environments. As the bloodline spread, it became respected for its heritage value and breeding integrity. Role of Gull bloodline in modern breeding. Today, the Gull bloodline continues to influence heritage and selective poultry breeding programs. Some breeders preserve gull chickens as pure heritage lines, genetic reference stock, educational breeding examples. Others carefully integrate Gull bloodline traits into controlled programs, always emphasizing ethical and responsible breeding. Responsible breeding and care practices. Maintaining a heritage bloodline like Gull requires commitment and responsibility. Best practices include clean housing and proper space, balanced nutrition, regular health checks, ethical breeding decisions, accurate record keeping. Animal welfare and genetic integrity must always remain top priorities. Common misconceptions about the Gull bloodline. One misconception is that any chicken labeled Gull is genetically authentic. In reality, true Gull bloodlines require documented lineage. Appearance alone is not sufficient. Responsible breeding practices are essential. Understanding these facts helps protect the bloodline from misinformation. Cultural and historical significance. The Gull bloodline represents an important chapter in American poultry breeding history. It reflects the patience of early breeders, the importance of consistency, respect for long-term genetic development. Preserving this knowledge helps protect agricultural heritage for future generations. Transparency notice to viewers. This documentary is presented strictly for educational and historical purposes only. No harmful or unethical activities are shown or promoted. ChickenMatterTalks supports ethical poultry education, responsible breeding practices, transparency, and animal welfare. Conclusion. The Gull bloodline. Chickens stand as an example of disciplined breeding, patience, and heritage preservation. Through careful selection and responsible practices, the Gull bloodline has maintained its identity across generations. Understanding its history helps us appreciate not only the birds themselves, but also the values behind their development. If you found this documentary informative, like the video, subscribe to ChickenMatterTalks, share this with fellow poultry and heritage enthusiasts, comment below. Which heritage chicken bloodline would you like us to explore next?